So a lot of people are not sure exactly where to start with strength training. If you're just starting, you're wanting to start really light, and it all seems kind of foreign to you, I would encourage you to start with dumbbells. Dumbbells, as you can see them here, come in different denominations. You've got 8 pounds, 5 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, and 1 pound. Some of you might be stronger and able to start with a 10 pound, but I would suggest starting with, probably if you're new, no more than 3 or 5 when you're starting. And when you're doing dumbbell exercises, if you don't feel like it's working very hard, just continue to do lots of repetitions, which means lots of different, each repetition is each time you flex the muscle and extend the muscle, that is 1 repetition. So if you did 10 repetitions, 10 up and down of something, that would be 1 set. So you might have done 10 of those, that's 1 set. So if you want to do a set of 10 or 20 or 30, if it's a very lightweight, if it's a higher weight, you might just end up doing repetitions of about 10. And that would be 1 set. You can choose to start with just 1 set of these and then up yourself up to doing 2 sets of them, or even up to 3 sets of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through 8 basic dumbbell exercises. These are exercises that pretty much everybody can do. If you need to adjust them because something hurts, maybe your elbow hurts when you do it a certain way, or your shoulder hurts, totally feel free to skip that one. Don't do anything that you feel like is hurting a joint or straining a joint or something like that. As well, if you begin to feel like something is too much, don't push yourself, especially when we're starting right at the beginning. The first thing we're going to do is a bicep curl. If you have 3-pound weights, those are fine to start with. The bicep curl, you're going to be standing straight up. Your palms are going to be forward, and you're going to keep your elbows right at your side. You're going to bring them up and then all the way down. Your shoulders should not be moving. Okay, I'm not going forward. Okay, I'm staying straight. I'm going to go up and then down. My pinkies are kind of coming in towards my collarbone, going up and down. We don't want to go too fast, but we are doing that. If you can do 10 repetitions, that's good. If you get to 10 repetitions, you say, okay, I feel good about this, then you can just do it for a certain amount of time. When you get tired, you can start counting even. If I start to feel tired, then I can think, okay, I'm going to try and do 5 more. Okay, it's not really necessary to count if it is easy for you. Just try and see how many repetitions that you can get. Okay, this is a bicep curl. The hammer curl is a little bit different in that you turn your wrist to the side so that your hands, the palms, are facing in. You keep your elbows at the side in the same way, and you're going to bring it up and then down. Okay, these are recruiting a little bit different muscles in your biceps. There are 3 different muscles that you're using during these, so this are working a little bit different. If you have some wrist problems, this might be easier. You can do this instead of the bicep curl. The next thing we're going to do is a lateral raise. You can use this same weight, or it might be a little bit harder. You might want to go, if you have 1-pound weights, 1-pound weights are fine to start with as well. Okay, when you start this, you are going to go up to the sides till you are horizontal. There, I was going to say vertical. You are horizontal, and then come back down. When I'm going up, my elbow is slightly bent. I don't want to hyperextend the elbows. So I come down and then up. When you're doing these, you want to make sure that you're breathing and not holding your breath. If you listen to music while you're doing this, you'll find it much easier to do them and to not get bored. If 1 pound or 3 pounds is too easy for you, you could go up to the higher weight, or maybe it just depends on what size of dumbbells you have, of 5s to go up to the side. Okay? When you're doing this, if you want it to be a little bit easier, you can bend your elbows a little bit more when you're coming up. If you want it to be harder, you can stretch out a little bit farther. Okay? Wanting to make sure that our shoulders stay in place, our core stays tight. The next thing we're going to do is front raises. We can do these with light dumbbells. These are usually kind of harder. These are important that we keep our shoulders and our back straight. We can bring them straight up. Once again, your elbows are slightly bent and then straight down. If you have trouble and you're moving your back, you can put your back against a wall and that will help you just to use your arms. If you have trouble and you need to turn your hands to the inside similar to a hammer curl, you can do that as well and lift them up that way. You could also do them one at a time, whether with your palms facing down or to the inside, one at a time up and then down. You just want to make sure if you're doing that, and if you're going to do 10 repetitions, you count 1 each time you do each one of them, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that would be 2 total. When you're doing that, you'll begin to feel it in your shoulder right there. If you start to feel it straining too much, go ahead and stop at that point. So these were lateral raises. These are front raises. The next exercise we're going to do is the dumbbell shoulder press. When you start these, you're going to start with your elbows at a 90-degree angle. Okay, you're then going to press them up. Okay, you can press them up so that they're just straight up, or you can press them all the way till they're touching. You're then going to slowly come down, bring it to 90 degrees, and then press them up again. I don't want your elbows coming all the way down to here and you resting and pushing up. I want you to control it, bring it to 90 degrees, then push it up. You're going to do these. Remember that you're breathing. Okay? If it feels easy, go ahead and just do as many repetitions as you can until you start to feel some tiredness. If it is hard, make sure that you're breathing out when you push up, breathing in when you come down. Okay, breathing out, then in. That is the shoulder press. The next exercise I want to demonstrate is the tricep kickback. What you're going to do with your weights in your hand, you're going to turn to the side and then bend over at the waist. Your elbows are going to come up even with your back, and then you're going to kick those back, trying to keep them even right there, coming to lateral position. Okay, kind of even. You come back, bring them in, kick them back, come here, kick them back, come down, kick them back. I want to make sure that we're not moving our shoulder here or kicking them back all the way to there. We want to isolate the tricep muscle. So when you here are even, you kick them back. When I'm doing that, I'm kicking both of these back at the same time. Okay? If you wanted to do it with a bench, okay, you could put your knee on a bench, lean over and do that. Or if you wanted to lean over on a chair, you can do that as well. Next exercise is the bent over back flies, okay, or reverse flies. You're going to bend over at your waist. The weights come in front of you, and then you are going to bring your arms up, okay? Keep your neck relaxed. You're going to have your elbows bent, and you're going to bring them up. You should feel it in your back, and like your shoulder blades are pulling together. So you're leaned over, you're pulling with your arms here, coming down. You are looking down so you don't strain your neck, coming right through. This is one of those exercises that if you haven't done it before, it's fine to do it without weights, okay? Put your hands together and then bring your arms up, okay? All of these exercises, if you have not done them before, it's fine to do them with dumbbells or to just do them with your hands clenched so that you get a feel for the motions. Next two that we're going to do is going to involve us getting down on the floor. So the thing I suggest is that you get 2 pillows, 1 or 2 pillows, to put behind your back when we're going to do these floor exercises. This first exercise that I'm going to show you is the chest press. You can do it laying flat on the floor, or you can put a pillow behind you. A pillow behind you allows you to bring your arms down lower. Okay? So I'll lay back here. I'm going to put my head completely down on the floor. Arms are extended. I'm going to bring my arms down, 90-degree angle, so the weight is right over my elbow. Okay? I'm going to bring them down and then push them up. You should be feeling this in your chest and also in your triceps. Okay, so when I bring it down, I don't just let it fall all the way to the floor. Okay, I slowly lower them down, push them up. Okay, if I'm breathing, I'm going to breathe out when I push up, inhale when I come down. Okay, these muscles tend to be stronger, so you may be able to do more repetitions or to use a slightly heavier weight. Okay, that is the chest press. If you wanted to do that without a pillow on the floor, the difference would be is when you are coming down, your elbows are going to come all the way and touch the floor. In order to not just have your arms kind of thump down, you're going to want to lower your arms to the ground, and when you begin to feel the ground right there under your arms, you're then going to hold your arms and push it up. Okay, so you are holding the weight the entire time. You're not coming to rest at the bottom there. Okay, but if you put your back up just on a pillow, then you won't have to worry about that. You'll be able to bring it down and then push it all the way up. The second one, this one is a little bit more complicated, but it's very, very good for working your chest muscles, your pectorals. Okay, so you're gonna have your back on your pillows, your arms here with your elbows a little bit bent. Okay, my palms are facing in. I'm then going to bring my arms out to the side here, okay? Making sure that I keep my elbow bent here. I don't want to hyperextend my elbows or else it puts a lot of stress on this elbow and the inside of my shoulder. So I'm going to have them slightly bent. I'm going to bring it down to about even with my chest, and then I'm going to pull it up, okay? Down, once again, not going to let it hit the floor, okay? But coming down and then going all the way up, okay? This is a good exercise of control, okay? Once again, if you want to do this, this one's harder if you do it without pillows, okay? Because you need to keep those elbows bent so you can come down with the elbows bent, but you're not going to, you're just going to wait till your arms almost touch the ground and go ahead and pull it up. You're not going to let the weight come all the way and touch the ground, because then you're having to pull up with those elbows, okay? So you want to keep the elbows bent, come down, you'll see that it's not going all the way to the ground there, and then pull up, which is a plenty fine way to do this exercise. It's simple, and remembering the chest press is coming to the side. So those are about 8 exercises that you can do simply. You can do them with 1 pound weight, 3 pound weights, 5 pound weights. If you don't have a set of weights, I would suggest you go to Walmart or something like that and just try out the different weights and see. Maybe a 3 pounds is a good place to start with. 5 pounds is actually, if you haven't done strength stuff before, is a little bit too heavy to start with. And you might think, Christy, I'm tough, I can do it. But we're wanting to make sure that you don't get too sore at the beginning. If you get sore, too sore, or hurt, then you're not going to keep doing this. So we want to get a base of strength and a little bit of understanding how to do it. So as you see, when I did these exercises, it does not take a long time to do them. So if I do 10 of each of these exercises, it takes maybe under 10 minutes to do them. If I want to do another set of them, I can do a second set of them, and then it will definitely be under 20 minutes. I would say about 2 sets of them you could probably do in about 15 minutes. Because you're working the different muscles as you go along, it's not necessary for you to rest in between. So when you go from bicep curls to, say, lateral raises, those are using your bicep, and then the lateral raises are using your shoulders. So your biceps are resting while you're doing that next exercise. You can move from exercise to exercise, and when you do that, that should get your heart rate up, so you have a little bit of cardio benefit as well. If you have questions about any of these, go ahead and ask, and I can explain more of them. But this is a great place to start that you can just do every single day at home easily. You can do it once a week, twice a week, anything like that. But it's a great starting place for building strength.